Hi, it's Michael from Church Fuel, and one of the most common questions we get is in the area of volunteers. And that's why part of our journey to healthy systems includes a big focus on volunteers, a volunteer system. And here's the volunteer system in just a few seconds. There's three parts to it. First, you got to have a system to recruit volunteers. I've never met a church, big, small, medium, anywhere in between, that says, you know what, we have too many volunteers. All churches need to bring volunteers in to help do the work of the ministry. But this shouldn't feel like a constant pressure or a constant problem. And a volunteer recruitment system is the only way to solve that. So recruiting is the first part of the system, but you got to go beyond that. R is the first part, recruit. Train is the next part. You got to recruit volunteers, but you also need to train them. What's the system for that? How do we make sure that volunteers know what they need to know who they need to know, and have the resources they need in order to do a good job? Whether they're in family ministry or guest services or small group leaders, how do you do training in your church? Now that's not a problem, that's a system, because you constantly need to do it. So you've got to recruit, you've got to train, but the last and the missing ingredient, in fact, I think one of the biggest reasons that there's volunteer burnout in churches is because they miss the third part of the system. It's not recruiting, it's not training, it's actually pastoring. Somebody needs to pastor, to shepherd those volunteers. You need somebody that's not just looking out for the things they do in your church, but that's looking out for them as a person. This is somebody who cares about their soul and their family. This is a pastor, and somebody needs to pastor. Now, maybe the senior pastor doesn't provide the pastoring for all the volunteers, but somebody needs to do it. And the way that you do that is through a system. So we'd love to help you. We'd love to encourage you. We'd love to help you write down and create and implement a volunteer system that brings recruitment and training and pastoring all together so that you can have a healthy volunteer ministry in your church.